Okay, guys, coming to the end here. So, question number 16, the pie graph of expenses. Don't do that one right now. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's going to be really easy. And I've decided that question 17 and 18, I want you to do this instead of, well, here's what I want you to do. This question looks, I want you to look at going to college at a 2-year school like ECC. And then after you're done with that, go to a 2-year university so that you can get your bachelor's degree, and total that cost up and put it up against what a 4 years at a university looks like. So I'm going to change that right now. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to compare both of them, but this is the way I want you to do it. Okay. So I want you to think of a state school that you want to go to, because there's really no reason to go out of state. But when you type in ECC tuition, and click on that link there, they've done a really cool thing, I think. This is not it. Try one more time. There it is. Sorry. Tuition comparison. Um, Here's what I want you to do. All right, so you see the tuition comparison summary for this year. Your local associate's degree, that's a 2-year degree coming out of community college, ECC, which will transfer as an associate's degree. The annual tuition and fees is $3,700. So for 2 years, it's going to be $7,500. Now that's just tuition and fees. Now we're not talking about books or anything like that, but that's tuition and fees. So $7,500 for a 2-year program to get your associate's degree. And then you can choose any one of these schools in the state, whether they be public universities like Northern, ISU, U of I Urbana, U of I Chicago, or Eastern, or any one of these private institutions. Those of you who want to go to DePaul, Northwestern, Loyola, Columbia, Roosevelt, or Judson, whatever. Here, just choose one of those schools, and it shows you what the annual tuition and fees are for those schools, what it would be for 4 years there, and then what it would be for 2 years at ECC and 2 years at tuition. But these are the two values that we're looking at here. All right. So let's just do Northern Illinois University. And let's just do that real quick. So I have these numbers over here. Okay. So question 17 and 18. We're going to change the title on this. I can get to it. There we go. Okay. We're going to change the title on this to tuition comparison. For those of you who watch this, I'll know that you've watched it because you'll have changed your slide that way. And those who didn't watch it, I'll know because they wouldn't have changed the slides. We're going to cut this out. Take that one out. Okay. So 17 and 18 tuition comparison. Here I want 4 years at NIU. Down here we're going to do 2 years at ECC plus 2 years at NIU. All right, so 4 years at NIU is going to be $48,808. What I do? That's just tuition too. So that is not room and board. Room and board adds about $12,000 a year. So if you're going room and board, you're talking about adding about another 50 grand. Yeah, so let's make sure that we know that too. But we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to talk about tuition. So, and 31,928 here. So 31. Okay, so this is what for 4 years at Northern will cost you $48,000. At 2 years at ECC and 2 years at NIU will cost you $31,000. Okay, so we know the difference there is around $16,000. But what does that mean for you as far as student loans are concerned? Now, student loans are always, or they are 10 years long. But what student loan rates, rate of the interest, because they are interest bearing rates, most of you are going to get direct subsidized loans. And those direct subsidized loans are currently at 3.76% interest. So and it's the same equation as the car loans. So you take your principal amount, which is $48,000, and you times it by your 3.78%. Then you times that by the amount of years that you are going to have that loan. All student loans are 10 years long. And what you will come up with is the interest that you pay on the life of the loan. Okay? So let's do that real quick. 48,808. 8.7, what is it? 6. Be a number here. All right, and then you multiply that by 10 years. So $18,351 is the amount of interest that you are going to pay on the life of this loan. Okay, and what you do there is you take your principal amount, you add it with your interest, because you're going to be on the hook for that, and then you divide all of that by the amount of months in 10 years. So that's 120 months. So let's take a look and see what that looks like here. 18,300, what did I say? Okay, $67,000 is the amount of the total principal and interest, and we're going to divide that by $120. So your monthly payment is going to be $559 a month. That is how much your education is going to cost you if you go to Northern for 4 years and pay that amount. You will be paying $550 per month for 10 years. Do the same equation, but use 2 years at ECC and 2 years at NIU. Figure out how much your monthly payments are going to be there. And then I will leave it up to you which one you decide you will pick. Okay. If you want to go to Northern for 4 years, this is how much you're going to pay. If you want to go to 2 years at ECC and 2 years at NIU, this is how much you're going to pay. You decide. You're going to have two values. You decide which one you're going to do, and then give me the reasons why you're going to do that. So do these equations here, and then give me the reasons why somewhere on the slide here. Okay, sounding good? That's going to be much easier for you guys to manage.